Ryan, have you ever thought about being an architect?
Have you ever thought about being a truck driver?
Have you ever thought about being a salesperson?
What about something in the medical field?
Realtor? Listen to Career Paths every Thursday
Wherever you listen to podcasts,
and on YouTube. You might learn something.
you might not.
It's your life. Make it happen.
Memories fading, we all forget those not so shiny things you do.
Career Paths. Welcome to Career Paths by Infonet. I'm your host, Victor Boudreau. With me behind the scenes, where it probably looks best, Mr. Ryan King. Say hello, Ryan.
Hello.
Where are you, Ryan?
Hey, Ryan. Oh, sorry. He keeps stumping me. I keep looking for him.
Yeah, well, he's kind of that way.
Kind of like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah,
Behind in your dreams.
Right, exactly.
Our guest, our second partner is with Mr. Tom Taylor.
Hello.
So, we're second half of the interview. The last time we were talking about how you got started. We talked about Star Search. Talked about you moving around to everywhere. You were 2 years at California trying to do the live, you're playing live and making that happen. Along the time you were doing Photoshop, were you testing still in California, testing Photoshop? You were a tester?
Yeah, no. Once I left New York, I wasn't the beta tester anymore, but I still was definitely doing a lot of work with Photoshop and even doing some odd jobs for
Is that
people.
how you're making money besides trying to get?
Like doing business cards and I was in California. You definitely wear a lot of hats there too, to get money.
The actors or waitresses that are this, that are that. Yeah, you got to do it.
Right. That's the joke. Oh, you're an actress. Where do you wait tables?
Okay, and so you were down in California about 2 years. You said. Then you ended up in Boise because your brother that ended up leaving shortly after that.
Right.
Take us from when you got to Boise. What was the game plan? What happened?
I went to BSU. I signed up for graphic. I'm going to get my degree, even though I'm like, well, I've already had these good jobs, but I'm going to get my degree in graphic design. Painting, Photoshop, all of that. I kind of combined it all. And I also went to work for bodybuilding.com. A friend of mine who was at BSU, his brother owned the company. And they had just got off the ground. So I was doing photography and video and graphic design. So wow. That's where I started filming stuff and getting a little bit into video. And
you were making money you're getting paid doing that. You wasn't just giving it away, but you were learning while you're getting paid.
And going to school, and I was doing the one-man acoustic act. That's where I really started snowballing and playing, 2 or 3 times a week. And I joined a couple little bands, but I just find that I, was making more money and happier doing it myself. Unfortunately, a lot of the bands I was in, there'd always be that one guy, the one guy that wouldn't show up, and he's like, "Oh, that was tonight," type of thing. And and
situation. But I've done it before. Yeah, I'm aware of how that works. So you did your solo. You were doing your solo stuff. You said 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah. At first,
right.
At first, and then once the bodybuilding.com job I had for about 5 or 6 years.
Really?
And then the music, I was doing so well, I decided, they made me a manager, the night manager at a call center, which would, to up my pay and all that. And I thought, oh, wow, this is great. More money. And, but it was a soul killer because I was working graveyard and it wasn't what I wanted to do.
And who was that with?
That was with bodybuilding.com.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So they ended up trying to, to reward me by getting me more money and give me a higher position. But at the same time, it didn't work. So I was playing music and I just go, I'm making enough. I can do this. I can do this. And I'd install carpet with Paul every once in a while.
You got to do what you got to do and still keep your dream alive.
Exactly. My brother that we were talking about in the last episode. Yes. And so I started playing, and I met a guy who played the djembe, and he played with me for a while. And like I told Vic this story, the guy played on a cruise ship. He had one of the best meters in the world. And I told him I played with like a handful of drummers, and Vic Boudreau is one of them. And of course, our friend in Super Diamond, Vince Littleton, amazing drummer.
Yep.
But I can name them all, and it's so incredible to have. I've been in so many little bands, even the ones that were short time, but you got to have a good rhythm section. And I wanted to give that shout out to you on the last episode, but this guy really knows his business around on a drum kit.
It's just rock and roll. I just play it, lay the groove. So,
it looks easy. Everyone thinks it's easy being a drummer, but I'll tell you, 1 out of 99 are not all that.
Hopefully you'll ask me to do something on one of your upcoming originals or something, or a couple of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Out with this technology. Okay, so you got out of the soul crushing day gig with more money, because once again, I do understand more money doesn't make you happy.
No, absolutely not.
Where it was like I was at a day job, and I was there for like 5 years, making the most money I've ever made, bonuses, etc. And I was so happy. And when they finally let me go, I went, yeah, thank you. I was initial shock, like, oh my God, what am I? Oh my God, I don't have to be here.
Yeah, that's what I felt. I here I am with a son, and his mom. I mean, she had a job too, but it was, they're like, well, everyone's like, what are you doing? But what's cool is she was supportive, and so was my son. But pretty much, most of everyone else
was questioning your decision.
I would say that to myself, Tom, what are you doing? But
what are you thinking?
But I've learned though, if someone's not happy, that's more of a crime. You need to move on until you find something that you can make money at and be happy at, or at least work toward it. You don't just stop. I didn't just throw the towel in and then I didn't have any money. I was playing music, and I just upped that. I started going out. I was busting my butt, hitting the pavement, and I got a lot more gigs, and it paid as much as I was making, as much as I eventually, within a few months, as much as I was making at the gig I gave up. So
that was in the Boise area. I didn't know there was that much live situation, but obviously you've done this for years.
Right. And I travel. So I go within a, 2 to 3 hour radius, any direction or more or longer. So,
and you've built a reputation at this point.
Right. So,
okay. So you started playing pretty much full time. So, and you've been doing video with the last job, bodybuilder.com, correct? And photos. Now, where'd you take that to? Because you're doing video editing for your music. For realtors, you're getting into that more because you bought a
right.
What's the a remote? I can't even think what.
Yeah, the drone. I started doing drones. A buddy of mine started a company, and he flew us down, me and another guy, down to California to be in a seminar training how to fly drones and everything and film. So.
Oh.
So I've been also working on music. I have set up a recording studio. I didn't mention that, but all through this time I'd been recording solo CDs.
Right. Yeah,
but when I got up here, I really got serious about both video and audio and
music.
A lot of times it was free, but a lot of times, but then there's I started getting more serious in the last 5 to 10 years. I really started to get a lot of professional paying gigs and doing the video and the audio.
Video editing and production and audio. Have you done music for some of this stuff?
A lot. Yeah. A lot of those YouTube videos you were watching, I get people to either play on it if I can't play the guitar solo, or and I know if I could afford to do the drums, a lot of times, I do the drum programming, but me, mine's tasteful. It's not like
I've heard guys that program stuff and I'm going, what are you?
Yeah.
For real. And I get it that they're trying to jazz. Whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not
as
here.
a drummer, you've heard my stuff, so you know that I really try to capture the live feel.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
So yeah,
talking
and
where you have
yeah.
actually.
I'm almost embarrassed to, because I'd love for you to play on it, or Vince said I could send him tracks too. Vince Littleton, our friend in San Francisco, who's a professional musician.
Even if I programmed it, it would be real.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's
I
right.
have some older stuff that it's actually programmed drums, but I programmed it to what I played.
Your samples, your hits, and your
So it's real basically, but it was programmed on a machine. So
right. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you probably know the difference unless I pointed it out to you.
Right.
So
So I learned how to bring it all together, and it's pretty cool because I can take a song from start to finish. I even did a project 3 years ago with 3 women, or 4 women, sorry, and amazing voices. I went around this area and found what I thought were 4 of the best women around, and did videos for them, did the music. And a buddy of mine wrote the lyrics, and I haven't brought him up yet, Mr. Roy Eisenstein from California.
yes.
I did a complete CD with him. Well, we've done a lot of projects because he did all the vocals, but he's not a lyricist. He doesn't sing or play instruments, but he's an amazing writer for Comedy Central,
Really? Wow.
HBO. Yeah, he's a famous guy down in LA. So, and we've done some projects together that turned out really amazing. So,
wow. So this has progressed to you're still playing, doing live gigs, solo live gigs for the most part. How many nights a week? 2, 3, depending on.
Yeah, probably nowadays during the winter, 2 to 3 times a week. But like I say, during the summers, boy, this summer was crazy. I mean, I have to turn stuff down. I'm playing, like I said, 8 gigs in 9 days. 8 gigs in 9 days.
Wow.
And I get many people that call and go, "Can I book you on a Friday in 2 months?" And I'm like, "I'm booked through, through October. I was booked starting in March or April. All my Fridays and Saturdays are gone, all the way through October. So
That's awesome.
it's a good problem to have. So
Exactly. And you're making money doing that, and then you're making money doing video editing and
right. And I was working on a children's book
Right,
all day today.
I was getting there, Tom. I was leading the.
Oh, sorry, I broadsided you. Whoops.
What the? Hey,
Yeah.
so you're working on a children's book.
I am.
Okay, so
Video and a book together. It's the same images, but like stop motion video and a book.
okay.
That's business.
How did this come about?
My son, when he was born, I wrote this story called "Where Has Samuel's Shadow Gone?" My son and I are both named Samuel. I'm Samuel Tom Taylor. He's Samuel Ethan Taylor.
Okay.
And I wrote this for him, and I wanted to finish it. My goal is I did finish the story while he was a child, but I wanted to do the book with the pictures and everything with Photoshop. And I finally got around to it now. And I have the resources, and I'm so glad I did, because of my video editing skills and my graphic design. You know how they say everything, it's like a fine stew. If you wait,
Things happen for a reason.
Right. So I'm really excited for this. This could be I think it's my greatest contribution to for it, and it's not. It's unlike everyone who's seen it said it's unlike the images and things are not like what you see out there. It's very surreal and ethereal. It's like it's called photo montage. It's a combination of the graphic design with Photoshop, using Photoshop with photos that I've taken, or if it's a photo that's on like one of those websites where it's free, I'll use a piece of something and manipulate it, flip it, and make it so weird that even the person who took the photo wouldn't recognize it was off his photo. But it's royalty free anyway.
Right.
But I only use it if I can't film something, get it myself. So I'd say 90% of it are my photos edited, all the backgrounds and everything. And it's a little boy searching for his shadow. He wakes up and gets out of bed, and his shadow's gone. So he goes, through this amazing adventure to find his shadow.
When do you expect that to be done, Tom?
I'm I'm right on. My goal was to have it done by the end of this year, and it's looking like I should be really close. But so safely say, next spring.
Right. So,
As far as getting it out and it being available to purchase, I want to have it as an audio book and also on Amazon and so video and a physical book that they can buy.
right.
I'll show pictures and stuff when we edit this. So.
Yeah, do. That's the thing is this, you'll be able to pop pictures into this, what, give people an idea of what they're looking forward to.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'd like to have you back on the show right before it comes out or right around the time it comes out so we can help push it and get it out there also.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. I've really, enjoyed this time with you, man. It's so great because I hadn't, we lost touch for a little while, and then with Facebook, like all these great friends that I had, I'm like, where's Vic? Where's your brother, Jim? Jim was in our band too, so we're good friends.
I just had him on a week ago for an update. He was my first guest on Career Paths, or our guest, Ryan and I, because I knew first of all Jim would be an easy talk because he's comfortable behind talking on it.
How to abuse your brother? What was the subject matter?
Anything that I wanted, just pick it. Then I just had an update finally. He was the first one, and we have over 71 episodes right now, and he was number 1, and he's like number 71 right now.
Oh, nice. Okay, very cool.
Just to update people, we're going to start having former guests, try to update, because some things have changed with some guests, from what I understand. We had a realtor that now is not doing real estate; they're doing something completely different. We want to get them on, and because that's part of what Career Paths is about, Tom. I think I've told you that. If we can put it out there, a nugget of information to somebody, whether they want to be an architect, realtor, entertainer, music, video editing, whatever, everybody's story is different, but hopefully somebody can learn something from your experience, from your interview, from your knowledge, and for sharing with us and sharing with our people that listen and watch our show.
Yeah, thanks, man. I sure appreciate it.
It's nice to reconnect with you since lately we've been talking a lot, which is actually kind of nice.
Yeah, definitely.
After all these years,
we won't fall off the earth again like that.
No, it's like your brother and I. After we were connected some years ago, we promised we'd stay connected, and we have. And I love your brother. He's awesome.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Again, it's because of Paul that we've kind of reconnected. So, sitting Sunday morning at a cafe eating breakfast, we were going over some stuff, and to do with you helping out with that's how you are on the show now, because you're going to do some video editing for us, and hopefully you'll do great. I know what you can do, so hopefully you can make us look better.
Oh yeah, you guys look pretty good already, but yeah, you got it.
Tom, anything else you'd like to add besides TomTaylorEntertainment.com? Check his videos out. Check him out. If you want work done, contact him. Anything else?
Yeah. If they have any more in-depth questions,
yes,
because we covered a lot of the history of it and the moves I made, but as far as there's more finer details of like how to go about bookings, maybe I just basically what I do is I search I see where other people are playing music.
Wow.
I'll go and look at where they're booked, and I'll go, oh, that room, I've never even heard of that, and then I'll call them and go, hey, usually I swing by in person. That's the best way. Dress up, go in with a business card and go, I'd love to play here. How are you doing? You meet someone in person, it's a lot harder for them to, turn you down. So.
Do it. It's part of being
little tips like that,
Awesome. Yeah. We'll have you back on again.
Yeah, that'd be great, man.
When you're doing when you're putting out the actual children's book, audio, everything with that, because I'm excited to see what that's about too.
Yeah. You'll see some of the images for this. I'll give a little preview. I can't show too much, but I'll put a little water stamp on it or something just until it's released. But
I appreciate you doing that. I appreciate you adding some video and I don't know if it'd be video, but pictures, photos of history of you and what you've done, along with what you were talking about, what we talked about.
Absolutely. That'll be fun.
There you go, Tommy. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Mr. Tom Taylor, entertainer out of Boise, TomTaylorEntertainment.com. And that's on Facebook too?
Yes, it is. It is Tom Taylor Entertainment.
Contact him. Use him. He can, He's not cheap. I know he's gonna work. He's
I cut you a deal. I made you an offer you couldn't refuse.
That's right. So
I know you made me an offer I couldn't refuse. I forget who made who.
somebody made an offer, and we're just not smart enough to. Brian and I are still trying to figure this out.
Exactly.
Everybody else, thank you for watching Career Paths by Infonet. Please leave a comment. Please like. Ryan, you're off to the side. Just listen. You got any questions?
Actually, I do have one question before we go.
Yeah.
Please.
So you do a lot of live stuff in that. Do you ever do anything like, because I know times have changed a lot. Do you do stuff on TikTok or anything like that to kind of get out there and just spread your name out even more?
You know, I have not done that. And a lot of my friends do. And I've been looking into it, but I've been so busy, I haven't made that transition into that. I'm one of those old school. I'm still always a year or two behind the latest, all the different platforms that come out when they're new. They're like, hey, are you on this social media? And I'm like, what was that called again? So I have heard of TikTok. So
I'm usually 5 years behind, so you're still ahead of me.
Yeah.
So
yeah, so they do the shows, but I need to do that though. That's a revenue stream that, especially younger artists watching, definitely have your finger on the pulse of that. It is important.
We got to be.
I kind of have a lot of people who book me who already know me, so I have the advantage of years of doing it, and I get a lot of the high dollar gigs because the wineries, the events.
You've built it.
People know me, I guess.
You've done it. You know what you're doing entertainment wise. A lot of the TikTok they just do in the video to get out and perform in front of people is for new people, younger people. It's an experience. It takes a while to get to.
Right.
I'm not knocking you. They could have talent, but being in front of people is a different story.
And you do need to take those gigs. Don't worry if money's a concern of yours, then you shouldn't be doing music. I mean, doing it live and trying to make it a job, because I did many when people. One last quick funny story. A guy once a few years ago, recently, said to me, he goes, "Well, you got to pay your dues." And I go, "I've been playing 35 years, and probably half of those gigs were free to about $50 or gas money." And I go, "Buddy, if anyone's, I've played more gigs than most people on this earth. I mean, like you too. Vic's been doing it a long time too, and we paid our dues. We have." So
I don't. Yeah, we do. I do favors for friends, but I do not do it for free.
Yeah. No.
Even my friends understand that.
But if I was starting out and younger, I tell them, do it. Absolutely. Do anything you're invited to do within reason. I mean, if someone's if they're not treating you well, that's another thing. I'll turn down if I'm not liking the vibe and this person I'll play there and be nice. And when I'm done, I just don't ever go back and play there again,
Right.
So.
Yeah, we've been there, done that one too.
Yeah.
So, Tom, thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. Great talking to you. Once again, thank you for watching Career Paths by Infonet. I'm your host, Victor Boudreau. Behind the scenes, Mr. Ryan King. Say hi, hello, Ryan.
hello, Ryan.
Hello, Ryan. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Please like, please subscribe. Till next time. It's your life. Make it happen. Thanks, Tommy.
Thanks, brother. You take care.
Ashes to ashes.
Okay.
Take 24. La 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 la.
Career Paths.